Nice. I'm so glad Steven gets to kick some ass. Yeah, get him. Yeah. Oh, Steven. No, no. Not Steven. I don't even really like Mark very much. Hello, it's me and I'm Xyla again and still. This is Coffee and Tea, where I spill the tea, drink the coffee. Coffee is God. So, firstly, I gotta say welcome to all my new subscribers. I love it. Thanks for caring about my face and what I have to say with it. If you're a system and you're watching me right now, I just gotta say you're awesome. You're doing it. So congratulations and thank you. Next episode is called Asylum, which has me nervous. There's just a lot of super intense feelings about that, about those places. Okay, Moon Knight, episode 5. Asylum. Oh, we're gonna get into the backstory, I think.
You are my patient here at Putnam Medical Facility in Chicago, Illinois. We're gonna have some principle, okay? Some people, they see a castle, right? Somebody else will see a maze or a library.
This organizing principle that Dr. Harrow is talking about, a lot of systems refer to it as the inner world. I think that that's kind of what he's playing at. He seems to have an agenda that includes getting rid of alters. There are definitely various schools of thought with regard to the best way to treat DID. Some folks, like us, are in favor of functional multiplicity, where we've got, a system that is exactly that, that functions as a system as a whole. On the other hand, there's the methodology of the pursuit of final fusion, which is becoming all like one cohesive person. This has never been appealing to us because we love each other too much to just try to assimilate each other. It's very Borgy. No thanks. Also no thanks.
I'm afraid you're actually quite dead.
She's weighing our hearts on the scales of justice.
This boat contains all of our life's memories. Get in there and show each other the truth. Balance your scales before we arrive at the field of reeds, or your souls will be destroyed.
I'm loving this metaphor of existential balance being achieved through processing traumatic memories. I love that as a setup. I also just love that they're on a little mission now. They're a team and they're working together, which is just nice. The direction's incredible. The shots, the way things are moving around. The director, Mohammed Diab, is amazing. I'm really happy. This is good.
You were supposed to keep them safe.
So he was supposed to be looking after his little brother, and the little brother accidentally drowned in a cave.
This is all your fault! I should have known something like this.
So their mom was really bad at momming. Mark's holding a gun up to his head, and that is sad. A heartbreaking amount of people choose to end their lives. I'm here to say don't. It's just such a ride. You never think anyone's going to understand. You never think you're going to understand. And then one day you're like, that makes sense. Cool. And you have a whole foundational worldview that's actually functional all of a sudden. Folks don't get to that stage because there's no support for them. There's no one to believe them. There's no way. You just end up, hating yourself into oblivion before you're given the chance to actually achieve a balance.
We can't involuntarily sedate patients, not these days.
The hell you can't. I got involuntarily sedated. Once I realized they were keeping me at the psych ward, I flipped a little bit and started screaming a lot, and I didn't stop screaming for long enough for a bunch of people to rush in and hold me down and inject me with, I believe it was Haldol, and I was just kind of out for 13 hours.
Do you think you created Stephen to hide from all of the awful things you feel you've done in your life? Or do you think Stephen created Nora to punish the world for what your mother did to you? Do you know?
He said, do you think you created Steven or Steven created Mark? And I'm like, the thing about DID is it doesn't happen as a conscious choice, as far as I'm aware, according to the current model of understanding. He's got a Cubs poster. Mark ripped off his yarmulke because he's so sad and angry at God. That's real. You get really angry at God.
All those horrible things that she said, she was wrong. It wasn't your fault. You were just a child.
I gotta say, that's a really nice part of having alters, is there are things that you need to hear that are rational, loving things that are healing, and that was beautiful. People need to hear stuff like that.
I'm so sorry. Your scales never balance. Our journeys come to an end. The unbalanced souls of the duad now must claim yours.
Oh. Oh no! Sandy zombies. Nice. I'm so glad Steven gets to kick some ass. Yeah, get him! Yeah! Oh, Steven. No, no! Not Steven. I don't even really like Mark very much. I like Mark fine.
The scales are balanced.
What? The Field of Reeds. Field of Reeds seems like a pretty boring heaven. Okay, I really love that episode. Right at the end there, they kind of lost me. Steven gets frozen and then the scales balance. I don't like that, because then it makes it seem like Steven was an intentional creation, and killing him is what allowed the scales to balance. Knowing all these people in here, and loving them and loving their uniqueness and just my unique relationships with all of them, I can't imagine losing that. But we'll see what happens, because I mean, you gotta have drama. Gotta have drama. Drama. I love that it's all happening in Chicago. I'm relieved to see that they are basing the origination of the multiplicity in childhood trauma. Multiplicity really isn't a thing that can kind of spontaneously happen in adulthood like it sometimes does in movies and stuff. I like that they are broaching the topic of fictives. And a fictive is a type of introject. Are you ready? Okay, let's back up. An introject is an alter that is formed that mimics a person or a being outside of the body. We don't actually have any specific introjects, but some people have a person in their life and they have a that person alter, and that's an introject. And a fictive is an alter that comes from a fictional source. You can't really choose what happens with the brain in terms of these coping mechanisms. There's a lot that just kind of happens the way that it happens, and alters are created. That's the thing, I have to tell you, no two systems are the same. There's just boundless different ways that can manifest. So, that being said, please watch other systems reviews of this, because I am by no means the DID expert. I'm literally only giving my opinion, my take on how I relate to this. I highly recommend you check out some other reactions. There's a really cool balancing feathers and hearts graphic that a system called the Infinity System uses, and it's really super clever, and they're doing a very logical analysis of things, and it's very, very interesting to watch. And there are a bunch of other ones, so check them out, okay? Get a more well-rounded take on what systems do really feel about this, because it is just so unique. It's magical how many different ways brains can go. Brains go good. Brains, the electric sponge in charge. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I got. Please join me next week. And until then, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at starsystem.earth. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on TikTok at starsystemlive. Share, subscribe, and like, share. Subscribe, like, and share, and subscribe, and like, and share. Subscribe. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the subscriptions. I'm Xyla Star. This has been me. Coffee and tea. Drink it up. Stay caffeinated. And tell your friends if you think I'm cute or funny.